Hello everyone. Am I audible, teachers? Please reply. Am I audible?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thanks. So myself,
Yes,
Alika
yes.
Prakash, welcomes you all
Yes,
for the
teacher.
online training course in social science, grade 7. Teachers, all these years, we were dealing with two different textbooks, history and geography. But henceforward, from the current year, we will be dealing with just only one textbook, social science. In fact, social science is nothing but the study of people and society. And which is a part of social experiences. In fact, the key focus of this online bridge course is to enhance students' understanding of their social world and ensure that the child possesses the basic knowledge of the subject. So, as per the textbook, we have designed different activities. So, let's now begin with the activities. Here, for week 1, we have designed the activity called Exploring the Physical Map of India. The main purpose here behind this activity is that the child should be able to identify and also understand the physical features of India. The teacher may display the physical map of India and ask the child or the students to locate as well as identify the different physical features. Like, for instance, the northern mountains or the northern plains. Teacher can also ask the students to show the coastal areas or the coastal plains like the east coastal plains and the west coastal plains. Or teacher can also tell students to identify the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats, or it may be the islands in the Arabian Sea, or the islands in the Bay of Bengal. It's up to the teacher that whether this to conduct this activity individually or to divide the class in group. But one thing should be noted is that see that there's maximum participation of the student. Each and every child is willingly and actively participating in this activity. Don't compel the child or don't force the child to participate. Let the child freely and actively engage in this type of activity. Or teacher can also show some of the physical features like the Himalayan mountains or the northern plains, and then tell the students about their significance and or their importance. What role do these physiographic divisions of India play? This is for week 1 about the natural or physiographic divisions of India. Here, the main focus is that the learner will know how India is divided in different physiographic divisions. And it's totally up to the teachers to conduct this activity. Teacher can also show the pictures of physiographic divisions to the students. here are some of the more activities designed. As per the periods allotted to you and according to your convenience, you are free to take the activities to your students. For week 2, we have the activity called creation of weather bulletin. The teacher should first explain the difference between weather and climate. Let the child understands the difference between weather, what is weather and what is climate. And then the teacher can share or provide the students the weather record of a particular week and then assess them some questions like what is the highest temperature or what is the difference between minimum and maximum temperature. This is one way she can ask, or other way is directly telling the children to watch the weather record and note the weather of a week, maximum and minimum temperature, like that. She can also conduct this activity by of assessment, like telling the children to make the models or build simple models of weather instruments like rain gauge or wind vane or thermometer, like that. So it's up to the teacher. And then the children can correlate. See, like we have taken the first activity for the first week, the physiographic divisions of India. Now, let the teacher correlate this to the weather. How the physiographic divisions of India or physiographic features influence the climate of India. Like, for instance, so the places which are located at the higher altitudes have cool climate. So, what's the reason behind that? So, like that type of knowledge may be provided to the student. So, this is the activity designed for week 2, creation of weather bulletin. See that the child participate. There's maximum participation of the child and involvement of the child in each activity. Then there's another activity called role play. Here, the famous rulers, this by designing these activities, we have taken into consideration the new textbook Social Science of grade 7. And as per the textbook, we have designed these activities. So in this particular activity role play, teacher can tell the students to perform the role of famous rulers like Chanakya or Dhanananda. And or she can also tell them to say some of their very famous dialogues. Here are some mentioned. The students will be able to contrast arrogant leadership of Dhanananda with visionary leadership of Chanakya. And she can ask, if possible, she can ask the students to use costumes or simple costumes using the paper like crown and cloak, maybe. So it's up to the teacher to decide how she wants to conduct this activity. Here, by performing this activity, you are helping the students to develop critical thinking and also decision making. So you're developing the qualities of the students, decision making quality and critical thinking. So that is about the role play. Here are some of the dialogues given. So Dhanananda, a humble Pandit, dares to teach a king about a war. My army is so vast, even Alexander fears to look at us. Guard your tongue, scholar, before I have it removed. Then the Chanakya says, your pride has blinded you. Nanda, hear this vow. I shall not tie this stalk, not again, until I have uprooted you and your kingdom like trees in a stalk. So, such kind of dialogues may be provided to the students. Let them enact the role of these two visionary leaders. Or you can ask the children to write some of the qualities of the visionary leader. So that is the design activity for week 2. Let us proceed to week 3. So for week 3, we have the activity called divine destination. Here, the focus is on understanding India's rich past and present cultural unity and diversity. Teacher can ask the students to mention some sacred places of worship in Goa or in India or maybe from their locality. And the expected outcome is students will know about the cultural heritage of their own state. This activity can be conducted in other form also. Teacher can share some of the sacred places and then ask the child some question in which talukas and which particular talukas does this sacred places are they located. Like famous temples here are some mentioned, like Portugal Jotham Mutt in Kankana, or Basilica of Bom Jesus, or Lairai Temple, famous Lairai Temple in Chirgaon, or Radhakrishna Mandir, or Binda Mandir, like that. So by mentioning the names, the teacher can ask the students to find out in which particular talukas this place is like. Or the teacher can ask the students to find out the names of the famous sacred places and also the talukas. Or collect some pictures of this. Or 2-3 sentences. Why are these places important? Or what is the history behind it? Maybe in 2-3 sentences. So for week 3, the activity, designed activity is divine destinations. Here, the main focus is understanding India's rich past and present cultural unity and diversity. So for week 3, the next activity we have designed is poster making or wallpaper making on good governance. Let the teacher divide the students in the group or as per the convenience of the teacher as he or she wishes, and ask the students to make a wallpaper or poster making on good governance. Here, the main focus is preparing the students for active citizenship and participation in global society. Teacher can also ask the students to draft a mini constitution for their classroom. What are the do's and don'ts they want for their classroom? And then the sharing, or if they jot down on the paper, the same shall be displayed in the classroom. Or let each group come in front of the class and read their constitution. So here, if there is any language constraint, or if particular student is not able to explain in English, having a language barrier, let a child may be allowed to use its own local language so that no child or no student is left out from the participation. And let a child also enjoy and also a part of this class. The key focus is mass participation of the student. Understanding about the good governance. What is my view on good governance. So this is the activity for week 3. So either you can take the previous one which I had shown, divine destination, or this activity also can be taken as per the periods allotted and as per teacher's wish. You can also have this activity later in May. For here, the child identifies, explains, and raises questions about different forms of inequality, prejudice, and discrimination prevailing in one's own family, locality, region, and national and global levels. And what we expect from students over here is the students will develop ability to operate in the open and take responsibility of decisions to promote welfare of the society. So for this activity, the teacher, students have to choose any one of the role amongst the given roles and express his or her opinion towards making India a superpower nation. You may give the students any role like health minister or education minister or environment minister. The child will be the environment minister and what good or what he will do for the betterment of the society or for the welfare of the people. So let the child has that freedom to express his or own views in a leaders in me. So here the main focus is developing the leadership qualities among the students. Coming back, then we have for activity for week 4, know your rights. So students will be able to learn different forms of right. And the main goal over here is to understand, appreciate the process of development of the Constitution of India and upholds its importance to promote democratic values in Indian society. Here, the child will be able to understand the need for constitution for any country during the last few centuries, especially in a country such as India and its deeper objectives. And the expected outcomes are students learn about the various fundamental rights given by the Indian Constitution and appreciates the same. Now, this activity can be conducted. A brief is given over here. The teacher may provide the students. So, with certain situation, first, let the teacher explain some of the fundamental rights as guaranteed by the Constitution of India, and then by giving them the situation, teacher may ask the students to identify under which particular right it does exist. Like for instance, a situation like Sima and Akash are late to school. Teacher allows Akash to enter the class while Sima is asked to stand out of the class. And then teacher may ask which right is violated as per the Indian Constitution. There's one more example given under this activity. Kavita and Meghna participated in the Bal Gram Sabha of the village Panchayat to express their views on the setting up of mobile tower in their village. But they were not allowed to express their views by the Sarpanch. So here the question, which right is violated as per the Indian Constitution? So such type of different situation pertaining to different fundamental rights may be provided to the students, and then ask the students to identify some of the rights. Or you can also ask the students, to some of the talented students, to frame or form your own situation, and then ask the class about which particular right they deny. So it's up to you teachers decide how to conduct that particular activity which suits best or which caters best to the level of your children. Now, some additional information may be also provided by the teacher. So you can give them assessment questions like, what do you mean by digital privacy? So you can ask the children about the digital privacy. So it is the right of individuals to control their personal information and online behavior, determining what data is collected, shared, and used by others. Now the question comes, why is this digital privacy? Why is this right important, or what is the main objective of it? It is crucial as it maintains a boundary to protect users from unwanted intrusions and manipulation of data, and protecting one's personal security. So such kind of information should be provided to the learner by the teachers. Or we have the next activity for week 4, that is, we have the forms of money. So here also the teacher can conduct activity like the student will be able to learn the different forms of money, and the main curricular goal over here is to understand the process of economic activities like production and consumption, trade and commerce. So here the teacher is supposed to explain the key elements of trade and commerce, commodity, production, consumption, and capital, and its impact on individual life and society. So in this particular lesson, the expected outcomes is that students will understand the given forms of money from the ancient era to the modern era. So, teacher may divide the students and tell them to classify the given forms of money in the columns provided. For example, teacher may give them shells, foreign shells, or grains, or gold coins, or credit cards, a 500 rupee note, or a livestock, salt, or 50 rupees note, then copper coins, debit cards, beads, or 1 coins. And then the teacher may provide them the columns under which the students are supposed to distribute this. They are supposed to put under which particular headings, like barter system, commodity money, metallic money, paper money, credit and plastic money, like that. So this is one form of activity which for week 4 it is designed under forms of money. Or if any teacher is having her or his own innovative idea, she is free to do that particular activity. But see that teachers should not compel the child, should not force the child, let the child willingly and freely, actively participate in this form of activity. So this activities should not be a burden for the child. The child should enjoy and take interest while conducting these activities. The next activity is a bazaar day, and students will experience functioning of market around them. Here, the child understands the process of economic activity like production and consumption, trade and commerce. So it explains the key elements of trade and commerce, commodity production, consumption, and capital, and its impact on individual life and society. And what we expect from the students is that students will have a real market exposure in their class and will learn to earn money for the items they sell. This also gives equal opportunities to students to accept and appreciate hard work. So, teacher is free to conduct this activity. Let the children, otherwise also, we in our school for primary section have a bazaar day, wherein the students transact with different forms of different forms of commodity and learn the transactions of money. So here, the child, if teacher wishes to perform this activity and the students too are active and energetic, they can bring some homemade edibles, items, craft or artifacts, etc. And then can have a small bazaar day in the class itself. This or teacher can suggest the children some in this activity can be also conducted in other ways. Teacher can suggest some of the products, the names of the products, and then tell children to make advertisement for their products, like how best they can advertise their products, and then bring those children in front of the classroom and let them say their views or let them express their opinion. How are they going to advertise their product? A teacher can also, in the form of assessment, teacher can also ask the students to find about the items being sold in their local market. So let the child find out what are the different items available locally to them. And also, the students can have a debate. Can also conduct one more activity like having a debate on online market versus traditional market. Whereas the teacher can divide the students into the group, maybe the online market, and the other group may be the traditional market, and then the debate between them. So the teacher is expected to give them some key points. What on which key points the students are supposed to express themselves. And the best thing is about the advertisement, because some of the children are very good in that. So they can have different ideas, some creative ideas about the use of advertisement in influencing their products. So these are the some of the activities designed as per the textbook for 4 weeks, and the teacher is expected to conduct these activities by involving maximum participation of the students. Once again, I'm reminding that teacher should not compel the child. She should not force the child. The child enjoys these activities, and see that each and every child gets involved in these activities. So this is how we have designed the activities for week 4. Depending upon your timetable and the allotment of the periods given to you, you're going to perform these activities and the abilities of your students. It's up to you, teachers, how to conduct these activities by taking into consideration the maximum participation or the maximum involvement of the students. So there are different activities given here. You can choose the one which should best, that caters best to the level to the needs of your children. One thing I want to make it clear that these activities are designed as per the textbook of social science grade 7. So depending upon the lessons, we have designed these activities. If you have some more activities, you are welcome to conduct them for your classroom. So it's my humble request to each one of you, make this bridge course session a successful one. Wish you all the best for this bridge course session, which we will be handling our children in from 1st April. You will be provided a link in the chat box. Teachers kindly share. You will be provided a link in the chat box. Please fill it. Please open your chat box. You will find a link over there. Kindly fill it. Thank you. Wish you all the best.